Son, I'm here to talk to you directly, without mysteries or complicated words. There is something important approaching, something that cannot be ignored. Listen carefully. I have sent my messenger, the Archangel Michael, to be by your side, to warn you about what is coming. He will help you to see the signs, those little warnings that I place in your path. They are not coincidences, they are messages to guide you. Don't get distracted, don't let it go unnoticed. What you hear is important for your path. It's my voice resonating in your heart. Stay until the end, because what I have to reveal could change everything. I want you to pay attention to what I'm telling you now, because this is an important moment. It's no coincidence that you're listening to these words. Everything that surrounds you and what you feel inside points to one truth: you are facing a decision that will impact your life in a way that you don't yet fully understand. I know that the world outside can be confusing, that it's often difficult to know where to go or how to act. But I'm here to tell you that there's no need to fear. The path you need to follow is already in front of you, but you need to open your heart to see it. If you close your heart, if you harden your mind, you could miss out on something very important, something that has been prepared especially for you. I am always by your side, sending you signs, showing you where to go. But you also need to do your part: listen, reflect, and act. This is not a distant warning, but something that speaks directly to your heart, to your soul. I know you better than you know yourself. I know what you need and what will be best for you, even when circumstances seem difficult to understand. This is the moment when you should stop and think about the choices you are making. Often, life puts you in situations that challenge you, and you can feel lost, without direction. But that's where the opportunity to grow and change lies. Don't run away from these moments, because they are an invitation to reflection and self-knowledge. The more you open up, the easier it will be to perceive the clarity I offer for your life. The path of spiritual growth is not something distant, it is not reserved for a select few. It's a calling for everyone, including you. Life often tries to distract you, to take you away from what really matters. But you have to stand firm, with an open and attentive heart. When you allow yourself to stop and search for me, that's when you'll find the answers you're looking for. I'm not asking you to do something impossible. I don't want you to get lost in complex thoughts or try to understand everything at once. What I'm asking is something simple, something within your reach: take a moment to be with me. Don't let the noise around you stop you from feeling my presence. In moments of silence, when you seek clarity, I make myself present in a way that you may not have experienced before. Often, the answer you are looking for lies in prayer, in the sincere search for what is true within you. Don't worry about knowing all the answers now. Prayer is not just asking, but also a moment of surrender, of trusting that I am by your side, that I am listening and that I am already acting in your life, even if you don't see it yet. Sometimes you may feel that you're alone, that your prayers aren't being heard, that things aren't changing. But I tell you, son, don't be discouraged. Every word you say to me is heard, your every thought, I understand. The time you are waiting for is not a time of abandonment, but a time of preparation, of strengthening. Trust in the process. You are not alone, even in the most challenging moments. And this moment in particular is crucial. I know that you feel the weight of some decisions, that there are uncertainties and perhaps even a certain fear. But don't worry, son, because these decisions, if made with an open heart and seeking my presence, will be for your good. It is these choices, made calmly and with discernment, that will bring you closer to the purpose I have prepared for you. Now, more than ever, it's important that you don't ignore this call. Don't allow the distractions of everyday life to drown out my voice. I speak to you in ways you may not even realize, through thoughts, feelings, situations. And I'm asking you to pay attention to these signals. Don't wait until later, don't put off what needs to be done today. The time to reflect is now. Stop for a moment, breathe, and open your mind and heart to me. Sometimes the answers come in simple forms, in small gestures of faith and prayer. What I want to tell you is that you don't have to carry all the burdens yourself, you don't have to have all the answers right away. Just trust me, and I'll show you the way. If you feel that you need more guidance, that you want to deepen your relationship with me, I encourage you to keep searching. Keep listening to my words, keep making space in your life for what I have to say. And for that, it's important that you connect in a deeper way with what we're building here. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, because every message that reaches you is an opportunity to get closer, to hear more clearly what I'm putting in front of you. Each message, each word, is a new invitation for you to continue on this journey. Don't close the doors of your heart now. There is so much yet to be revealed, so much that can transform your life, if you allow it. This channel you're following is not just a space for words, but a bridge between us, a place where you can find the answers you've been looking for, the signs I'm sending you. Listen carefully, because what I'm going to tell you now is for your own good, it's something that could change the direction of your life. The world you live in is full of confusion, uncertainty, and moments that leave you feeling lost. Sometimes you wonder where to go, what to do, how to act in the face of the challenges that arise. And it's exactly at these times that I'm the beacon that lights your way, that guides you to where you need to be. I know that things don't always seem clear. I know that you often feel alone, as if you were sailing on a rough sea, not knowing where the current will take you. But I'm here to remind you that you don't have to face this storm alone. There is a light, a safe direction that will lead you to a place of peace, a place where you will find what you are looking for. This light that I offer is not just a momentary consolation. It is a real liberation, something that transforms what is around you and, above all, what is inside you. I'm calling you to pay attention now, because the liberation you so desperately need is closer than you think. But you need to listen to what I'm telling you. Often, the noise of the world around you tries to push you away, tries to confuse you. But if you stop for a moment, if you listen with your heart, you'll realize that I'm already showing you the way. There is something that needs to be done, son. You know that in your life there are situations that need to be resolved, people with whom you need to make amends, moments that need to be reviewed. It's not easy to look inside and recognize the things that need to change, but it's necessary. Ask for forgiveness for your mistakes, for the sins that distance you from me and from others. Don't let pride or fear stop you from doing what needs to be done. Forgiveness is not a burden, it is a liberation. When you ask for forgiveness, when you recognize your mistakes, you make room for something new to come into your life, something that I have prepared for you. I know it may seem difficult to take the first step, but I'm here to tell you that it's worth it. Don't wait for the perfect moment, don't put off what needs to be done today. Life is fragile, son. The people you love, the ones who are part of your story, won't be by your side forever. It may be that someone you need to say goodbye to or reconcile with is about to leave, and that's a moment that won't come again. Don't put it off, don't wait until it's too late. Because when someone leaves your life without forgiveness, without making amends, what remains is regret, the pain of not having done what was necessary. I'm giving you this warning now so that you don't suffer this loss more heavily than you should. Don't ignore what I'm telling you. This is a moment that requires courage, but it also offers you a chance to heal, to make amends, to build something new and better. When you act with an open heart, seeking forgiveness, both for yourself and for others, you break the chains that bind you and open the doors to a lighter, fuller life. I understand that the weight of the past, of the choices you've made or the situations you've lived through, can make you believe that there's no repair, that things have gone too far. But I tell you, son, it's never too late to change. No matter how many times you've lost your way or how many failures you've accumulated, there's always a chance of redemption, of starting again, as long as you're willing to open your heart. And when I talk about loss, I'm not just referring to those that happen through death or physical distancing. There are also the emotional, spiritual losses that happen when you let anger, resentment, or pride separate you from people and from me. These are losses that you often carry around inside you without realizing it. They weigh on your heart, hinder your journey, and keep you from the peace I want for your life. But, son, even these losses can be overcome if you are willing to look inwards and recognize what needs to be transformed. When you seek forgiveness, both for yourself and for others, you open a door for something much greater to enter your life. You begin to see more clearly, to feel the lightness that only liberation can bring. Forgiveness heals not only those who receive it, but especially those who grant it. And this healing is something I'm offering you now, as a gift, but it's up to you to accept it. This warning I'm giving you is a call to action, so that you don't wait until it's too late. Life often offers you opportunities to reconcile, to make things right, to change, but if you don't pay attention, if you let pride or distraction get the better of you, these opportunities may pass you by, and what remains is sadness and regret. I don't want you to go through that. I don't want you to miss out on what really matters. Pay attention to the signs I send you, son. I'm always by your side, showing you the way, guiding you, even at times when you feel lost. And these signs can be all around you, in the situations that happen in your life, in the words that reach you, in the thoughts that arise in your mind. You have to be attentive and receptive, because what I'm telling you now could be the key to transforming not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. I'm asking you to reflect, to take a sincere look at what's happening around you. Perhaps there is a person, a situation, that needs your attention right now. Don't put it off, don't ignore what's in front of you. The time you have is precious, and what you do with it can make all the difference. And if what I'm telling you has touched your heart in any way, I want you to share your thoughts, to leave here what you feel, what's going through your mind. Because I know that this reflection, this dialogue, can help not only you, but also other people who, like you, are looking for an answer, for a sign. When you share what's inside you, you open a door for others to reflect and find what they need. Now I'm going to talk to you about something that is increasingly present in your life, but which you often don't realize right away. I want to warn you about envy, something that is approaching and can try to divert you from the path I'm showing you. Envy is subtle. It appears in the words, looks and attitudes of those around you, and sometimes you don't know how to deal with it. But I'm here to tell you that you need to be aware of the whole truth. The truth I want to reveal to you is simple but powerful. The envy of others can't get to you if your heart is set on me. People can look at what you have, what you're achieving, and feel something bad inside. This can manifest itself in various ways, from nasty comments to distancing. But don't let it get to you. What others feel or think can't hurt you, as long as you keep your faith firm and your heart pure. I see what you're going through, son. I know the difficulties you've faced, the victories you've won with a lot of effort. I also know that you are often tempted to get carried away by vanity, by the desire to be recognized, to show the world your achievements. But I'm asking you to be careful with that. Vanity and selfishness are traps that can lead you into darkness and away from the path I have laid out for you. Understand that everything you have, everything you've achieved so far, is the fruit of your walk with me. It's not wrong to feel satisfaction for the blessings I give you, but it's important to remember that your life shouldn't revolve around recognition or the approval of others. What matters is what's inside you, how you use the blessings I offer you for good, to help, to grow spiritually. You know deep down that vanity can blind you. It makes you forget what really matters and leads you to focus on things that are fleeting. Vanity makes you compare your life with others, it makes you feel like you need to prove something to the world. But that's not what I want for you, son. I want you to live in peace, to understand that what really matters is your connection with me, the way you see the world with an open heart. And speaking of what really matters, I know you've been praying a lot for an answer, for a financial blessing. I know that you often look at your situation and feel that you need a miracle, that something needs to change quickly. I hear you, son. Your prayers reach me, every word you say is heard. And I want to tell you that this miracle may be closer than you think. In the next few days, perhaps in the next 24 hours, something big could happen. That financial miracle you've been waiting for isn't just about money, it's about opening doors, about opportunities you hadn't even realized you had. I don't want you to see this as just a temporary solution to the problems that plague you, but as a sign that I'm with you, that I'm taking care of every detail of your life. When you trust me, when you surrender your fears and anxieties, I act in ways that you may not always understand right away, but which are for your own good. I don't want you to cling to the fear of what might happen, or to get stuck in the difficulties of the past. I'm preparing you for something new, something that can transform your life in ways you don't yet understand. What I ask of you is faith, to keep believing, even when everything around you seems uncertain. The miracle you've been waiting for could arrive at any moment, and you need to be prepared to receive it with an open heart, without fear, without doubt. Now, perhaps you've noticed that some people have drifted away from your life recently. Perhaps you've wondered why this has happened, why those who were by your side have suddenly distanced themselves. I know that this has caused you confusion and even a certain amount of pain. But I'm here to tell you that you shouldn't feel guilty about it. In fact, this distancing is an answer to your own prayers, your own search for peace and clarity. Many times, you've asked me to show you what wasn't good for you, to keep you away from situations and people that weren't aligned with your good. And that's what I did. Removing certain people from your life was not a punishment or a loss, but a protection. I know who needs to be by your side, who helps you grow and who prevents you from achieving what I have prepared for you. So when someone moves away, don't see it as rejection, but as a response to your search for something greater, something better. These changes, these withdrawals, are part of the process of transformation you are going through. Sometimes it's necessary to let go of what no longer serves you so that the new can come in. And I tell you, son, the new is on its way. You may not fully understand why certain things are happening now, but in time everything will become clear. All I ask is that you trust, that you don't let feelings of guilt or loss stop you from moving forward. What you are experiencing now is a preparation for something greater. The blessings that await you cannot be shared with everyone, because not everyone who was by your side was ready for it. And that's okay. It's not up to you to carry that weight, it's not up to you to try to change the path of others. Your role is to trust what I'm showing you, follow what I put in front of you, and allow the changes to happen as they need to happen. If these words have touched you, if what I'm revealing to you now makes sense in your heart, then share it with others. There are many people who, just like you, are looking for answers, are waiting for a sign. And you can be the channel through which these words reach them. By sharing, you are helping to spread the light, to bring more clarity to those who also need to hear. It's important that you listen to what I'm telling you now. There is something that needs to be understood deep in your heart, something that will change the way you see the world and the people around you. What I'm asking you is simple but powerful: have compassion for those around you. Compassion is a force that transforms, that brings harmony to your life and to the lives of others. You often feel overwhelmed by the challenges you face, by internal and external struggles. I know that life isn't always easy and that, at times, it seems difficult to reach out, to show empathy, when your own heart is in conflict. But I want to remind you that compassion is not a burden, it's not something that sucks you down or weakens you. On the contrary, compassion is a source of strength, of healing. When you open yourself up to seeing others with compassion, you not only help relieve the burden of the person next to you, but you also find peace within yourself. This peace doesn't come from solving all your problems, but from understanding that, even in the midst of your difficulties, you can be a channel of light for someone else. And that brings harmony, both for you and for the environment around you. Compassion begins with listening, with understanding. You don't need to have all the answers or know how to solve all other people's problems. Often, the simple fact of being present, of showing that you care, is enough to transform a situation. I know that sometimes you feel small in the face of the pain you see around you, but don't underestimate the power of a word of comfort, a gesture of kindness. And the compassion I'm asking for isn't just for others. I want you to learn to have compassion for yourself too. I know that you are hard on yourself, that you often carry an unnecessary weight on your shoulders, thinking that you have to be perfect, that you can't fail. But I tell you that compassion must begin within you. Look at yourself with the same gentle gaze that you offer to others. Understand that your mistakes, your failures, do not define you. They are part of your growth, part of the path you are on. When you learn to be compassionate with yourself, to forgive yourself, to accept yourself, you release a strength that helps you move forward more lightly. And this is reflected in your relationships, in your day, in everything you do. The harmony you seek begins with the love and understanding you offer yourself and expands to others. And there's something else I want to tell you, something that is already happening inside you, even if you haven't fully realized it yet. I'm bringing new feelings of hope into your heart. I know that recently you felt a certain heaviness, as if hope were far away, as if the days were dark. But I want you to know that this feeling is changing. There is a new light emerging inside you, a feeling that things can get better, that there is something bigger and better waiting for you. This hope that is being born is not a passing feeling, it's not something that comes and goes with circumstances. It's a firm hope that helps you see beyond the problems of the moment, that gives you the strength to carry on, even when things seem difficult. And this hope is a gift that I am placing in your heart, so that you know you are never alone, so that you remember that there is always something good waiting for you, no matter how challenging the path may seem right now. I know that you carry emotional pain, I know that there are things that trouble you deeply, that make you question the future, that trap you in feelings of sadness and uncertainty. But I'm telling you that these problems will pass. There is no pain that lasts forever, no suffering that cannot be healed. And I am here, now, working in your life, bringing you the relief you so desperately seek. What I want you to understand is that, although your emotions are real and valuable, they don't define your destiny. The emotional difficulties you face are not the end of your story, they are just one chapter. And this chapter, however difficult, has a purpose. It is making you stronger, preparing you for something bigger, something better. And while these emotional problems pass, I want you to keep your eyes open for the opportunities that are coming your way. There is success waiting for you, and I don't want you to miss it. Often, success doesn't come the way you expect it to, but that doesn't mean it's not on its way. It can come in small steps, in subtle moments, in opportunities that, at first glance, seem small, but which carry with them a great transformation. I know that when you're in the middle of a storm, it's hard to see your way out. But I'm here to assure you that this storm won't last forever. The success that awaits you is real, and it's closer than you think. But to achieve it, you need to keep your heart open, not close yourself off to what I'm preparing for you. There's something I want you to understand deeply. Success isn't just about external achievements, reaching goals, or realizing material dreams. True success is that which brings you peace, which makes you feel that you are on the right path, aligned with the purpose I have prepared for your life. And this success is accessible to you, as long as you trust in the process, as long as you allow yourself to follow what I'm showing you. So, son, stand firm. The compassion you offer to others and to yourself will bring harmony. The hope I'm placing in your heart will be the strength that sustains you. And the emotional problems you are facing now will not bring you down, because I am with you, because the victory that awaits you is greater than any difficulty you may be facing. Remember, every step you take with faith, every act of compassion, every time you choose hope over fear, is bringing you closer to the success I have prepared for you. I see what you're going through, I know your pain, but I also know the strength that lies within you. And that strength, guided by my love, will take you to places you can't even imagine. Be at peace, son, knowing that everything I'm asking of you now is for your good, for your growth, for your fulfillment. Don't give up, don't despair. Victory is already being prepared, and all you have to do is keep believing, keep moving forward, one step at a time. Just as I'm taking care of every detail, I just ask you to trust, to keep your heart open for what's to come. Because what awaits you is greater than anything the past may have shown you. Success is within your reach, and all I ask is that you don't lose sight of that truth. Sometimes you feel exhausted, overwhelmed, as if you're alone facing the battles that come your way. But I'm here to tell you that this struggle, however tiring, is not in vain. Every challenge, every obstacle that comes your way, is helping to shape something greater within you, your faith. And this faith, even when shaken, is what will sustain you at all times. It's normal to feel tired, to feel that the weight is too great to carry. But remember, I'm not giving you a greater burden than you can bear. And this struggle, which seems so hard right now, is strengthening something precious inside you. With each passing day, your faith grows a little more, your resistance increases, and you realize, albeit slowly, that you are becoming stronger, more prepared for what is to come. These battles are not punishments, son, but opportunities. Opportunities to trust me, to let go of fear and doubt and allow me to guide you along this path which, although difficult, is full of purpose. I know that sometimes you wonder why things have to be so complicated, why life can't be simpler. But understand that every challenge you face is taking you to a place you can't yet see, a place where your faith will be so strong that nothing will be able to shake you. I also want to warn you about something important. There is a woman in your life who, right now, is facing confusion. She may not be showing it clearly, but I can see what's going on inside her. She may be going through a difficult time, overwhelmed by doubts, worries, or even a sense of loss. And she needs you, son. She doesn't need ready-made answers or miracle solutions, but your presence, your understanding, your support. This woman, whoever she is in your life, a friend, a family member, someone close to you, is in need of a little more clarity, of light on the path she is walking. Sometimes the confusion comes from within, from internal issues that she herself can't express. That's why I'm asking you to be attentive. It doesn't have to be something big, just a word of comfort, an understanding look, a demonstration that she's not alone can make all the difference. I know you may feel at a loss as to how to help, but trust that your presence already makes a big difference. Don't rush into trying to fix everything at once. Instead, be there, observe, offer your support when it's needed. She will find her way back to clarity, and you can be an important part of that process, simply by being there for her. I'm guiding you, I'm showing you what needs to be done, and the most important thing now is that you are attentive and willing to help when necessary. There's also a sign I want to give you, something you should pay attention to. The number 1919 will not appear in your life by chance. This number is a symbol of protection and personal liberation. When you see it, it's a reminder that I'm by your side, protecting every step you take. The 1919 is a sign that you are on the right path, that your prayers are being heard, and that I am watching over everything that happens around you. Whenever this number crosses your path, stop for a moment and remember that you are not alone. It's a clear sign that your protection is being guaranteed, that I'm freeing you from everything that tries to imprison you, be it fears, doubts, or negative influences around you. The 1919 is like a spiritual shield, a reminder that you are being guarded, and that nothing can divert you from the purpose I have for you, as long as you continue to trust and keep your faith. Another thing I need to warn you about, son, is the possibility of betrayal. I know that this word can make you uncomfortable, and I understand the fear it causes. Betrayal, whether by someone close to you or by an unexpected situation, is something that always brings pain and confusion. But I want you to be prepared. Betrayal may be closer than you think, and it may come from where you least expect it. This is not to scare you, but to prepare you. I want you to face this possibility with courage. I know that the idea of being betrayed or having to deal with the disloyalty of someone you trust is painful. But when betrayal happens, it doesn't define you. It reveals something about the other person, but it never takes away your value. What you need to do is maintain your integrity, your faith, and your trust in me. If betrayal comes, remember that it's not the end. You have the strength within you to face any situation, no matter how painful. And at times like these, I'm closer to you than ever. I know you can feel a sense of loss, of brokenness, when someone you trust lets you down, but know that there is always a greater purpose behind everything. Often, betrayal reveals what was hidden, it frees you from something you didn't realize before. Facing betrayal with courage doesn't mean that you have to accept what has happened without feeling pain. On the contrary, it's normal to feel it, it's natural to go through the process of mourning a broken trust. But I'm asking you, as you go through this, not to lose sight of who you are. Don't let the disloyalty of others affect the purity of your heart, the goodness that lies within you. Stand firm, even when the world around you seems to be falling apart. Your faith in me will be what sustains you. And, son, I want you to know that everything that happens in your life has a purpose, even when you can't see it clearly. Every person who passes your way, every situation you face, whether it's victory or pain, is part of a bigger plan. If betrayal comes, know that you are not alone. I'm supporting you, guiding you, and helping you get through this with the strength you didn't even know you had. Use this moment to strengthen yourself even more, to understand that, regardless of what others do, what matters is how you react, how you choose to move forward. Don't be afraid, son. All I'm asking of you now is to keep your faith, to trust me even when things seem uncertain. The daily struggle, compassion for those around you, attention to the signs I'm sending you, and courage in the face of betrayal, all of this is preparing you for something greater. You are stronger than you realize, and that strength comes from your faith, from your connection with me. I am guiding you, I am protecting you, and I am with you every step of the way. Don't lose hope. I know that there are times when sadness and anguish seem to take over your heart. It's at these times that you feel most lost, not knowing where to turn or how to find relief from the pain you carry inside. But I'm here to remind you of something simple and powerful. Prayers can heal the sadness and anguish you're facing right now. When you come to me in prayer, you are opening your heart, allowing me to enter and work inside you. Prayer is a form of communication. It's the moment when you place all your pains, worries, and fears before me. And know that your every word is heard. Even when you can't find words, when what you feel is so deep that you can't express it, I hear what your heart is saying. Praying doesn't have to be complicated. Don't worry about the exact words, about how to approach me. All that matters is that you come to me sincerely, with an open heart, willing to let me heal your wounds. Often, healing begins when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, when you accept that you can't carry everything yourself. And that's what I want you to understand, you're not alone. I am here, always, ready to listen to you, ready to help you carry this weight that has been so difficult for you. Prayer brings peace. You may not realize it immediately, but every time you connect with me through prayer, something inside you begins to change. The sadness and anguish may not disappear at once, but the burden begins to lighten. You begin to feel a peace that doesn't come from the circumstances around you, but from something greater, from knowing that I am taking care of everything, even what you don't yet understand. But there is something important I need to tell you, something that is often forgotten when talking about healing and deliverance. In order to experience true deliverance, it is vital that you acknowledge your sins. This is not about condemning you or making you feel guilty. On the contrary, recognizing your sins is the first step to freeing yourself from them, to freeing yourself from the invisible chains that bind you to a life of sadness, anguish, and regret. Everyone makes mistakes, son. I know that you too have failed in some ways, just like everyone else. But what I'm asking of you now is that you don't ignore those mistakes, that you don't try to hide them or pretend they didn't happen. Instead, I want you to bring them to me, recognize where you went wrong and ask me to help you change. Because it's in that moment of recognition, of honesty with yourself, that liberation begins. Sin often acts as a barrier between you and the peace you so desperately seek. But when you recognize your sins, when you bring them to light, this barrier begins to be destroyed. And I am here, not to judge you, but to set you free. It doesn't matter what has happened in the past, the important thing is that you are willing to change, to leave behind what distances you from me and the purpose I have for your life. Confession, even if it's made in silence, inside, is an act of courage. It's recognizing that you need help, that you can't do it alone. And I'm here to give you that help, to show you the path to liberation, to true healing. When you allow yourself to be honest with me, when you let go of pride and fear, you are making room for me to do a transformative work in your life. Furthermore, son, I need you to remain vigilant against the negative influences that try to divert you from this path of healing and liberation. The world around you is full of distractions, of things that seem harmless, but which gradually undermine your faith and take you away from me and the purpose I have for you. These influences can come in many forms: people, situations, thoughts. Sometimes they're subtle, and it's hard to realize how much they're affecting you until they've already become deeply entrenched in your life. That's why I ask you to be attentive, to observe carefully what is influencing you. If there's something or someone that's taking you away from me, that's bringing you more confusion than clarity, it's time to get away from it. I know it's not always easy to cut ties, change habits, or move away from influences that seem so present in your daily life. But I want you to understand that these decisions are necessary for your peace, for your liberation. You don't need to carry these negative influences with you. I am offering you something much greater, something much better, a life of peace, clarity, and purpose. Now, son, trust me. I know that doubt often tries to take hold of you. Uncertainties about the future, worries about what lies ahead, all of this can seem overwhelming. But I want you to know that I have big plans for you. Plans that go beyond what you can imagine right now. These plans don't mean that everything will be easy or that you won't face any more challenges. On the contrary, challenges are part of this journey. But the difference is that when you trust me, these challenges don't shake you in the same way. You begin to see every obstacle as an opportunity to grow, to become stronger, to get even closer to the purpose I have prepared for your life. Trust in my plans, even when they don't make sense to you right now. I know there are times when you wonder why certain things are happening, why some doors are closing, or why the path seems so difficult. But I want you to understand that I see far beyond what you can see. I'm preparing something for you, something that, when the time is right, will be revealed. And in the meantime, as you walk through this phase of doubt and uncertainty, I want you to trust. Trust that I am guiding you, that every step you take, even if it seems small, is taking you closer to what I have prepared for you. The plans I have for your life are good, they are peaceful, they are fulfilling. And all I ask of you now is to keep believing, keep praying, keep vigilant against what tries to lead you astray. Sadness and anguish have no power over you. Healing is within your reach, and it starts with prayer, with recognizing your mistakes and trusting that I am taking care of every detail. I know that sometimes it's hard to trust when everything around you seems uncertain, but I'm asking you to take this step of faith. Trust in my plans. They are bigger than anything you can imagine right now. Sometimes you feel lost, not knowing how to go on or how to overcome the difficulties that arise. And it's at these times that many questions arise in your mind. Why is this happening to me? When will I find relief? Am I really alone in this? But I'm here to tell you something very simple, yet powerful. Prayer and gratitude are fundamental to facing any challenge you may encounter. Prayer is your direct connection to me. No matter where you are, what you're doing, or what situation you're facing, you can call out to me through prayer. And I listen. I always listen. Prayer doesn't have to be long or complex or full of words you don't understand. It just needs to be sincere. That's when you open your heart and place your worries, your fears, and your hopes before me. When you pray, you're not just asking for help. You're recognizing that you can't carry everything alone and that you need me by your side. And I'm here, waiting to lighten the burden on your shoulders. Prayer is not just a request, but a surrender. It's an act of trust, a gesture of faith that shows that you believe I'm in control, even when everything around you seems to be spiraling out of control. I know that sometimes you feel that your prayers aren't being answered in the way you'd hoped. Maybe you're asking for something that hasn't happened yet, or you're waiting for a solution that seems to be a long time coming. But I want you to know, son, that I am always listening. And more than that, I'm taking action. You can't always see what I'm doing behind the scenes in your life, but rest assured that your every prayer is being answered at the right time, in the right way. Understand that prayer isn't just for when you're desperate. It is also a way of strengthening yourself on a daily basis, of preparing your spirit for the challenges that may come. Every time you pray, you are creating a space in your heart to receive the peace that only I can give you. You are connecting with a source of strength that goes beyond what the world around you can offer you. I know that you often feel small in the face of problems, as if their weight is too much to carry. But when you pray, you are allowing me to come into your life and help you carry that weight. And with this help, you will see that it is possible to face any situation. Prayer doesn't remove problems from your life, but it does give you the strength you need to go through them with courage and confidence. Every prayer is a step towards overcoming. Now I want to talk to you about something equally important: gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful key that opens doors to blessings that you often don't even realize are around you. When you give thanks, even in the midst of challenges, you are recognizing that, regardless of the circumstances, I continue to work in your life. Gratitude transforms your outlook. Instead of focusing only on the difficulties, you begin to notice the small victories, the blessings that come your way, and this completely changes your perspective. Being grateful doesn't mean you have to ignore problems or pretend they don't exist, but rather that you choose to see the good, even in the midst of chaos. I know it can be hard to feel grateful when things aren't going the way you'd like. Maybe you're facing a loss, a financial difficulty, a health problem, or even a conflict in your relationships. And at these times, gratitude can seem distant, almost impossible. But it's exactly at these times that gratitude becomes most powerful. When you find something to be grateful for, even in the midst of pain, you are allowing your heart to open up to receive more of my presence, more of my comfort. It can be something simple, having someone by your side, having the strength to carry on, or even knowing that tomorrow is a new day, full of new opportunities. Gratitude shifts the focus from lack to abundance. And the more you practice gratitude, the more you will realize how much I am working in your life, even in the details. Difficulties don't suddenly disappear, but they begin to seem smaller in the face of the greatness of the blessings that already surround you. Gratitude is a constant reminder that, even in the most difficult times, you are still being cared for, you are still being protected, and you are still being guided. Son, you are never alone. My protection is always with you, especially in the most critical moments. On the days when everything seems too heavy, I want you to remember that I am by your side, protecting you and guiding you. There are invisible forces working on your behalf, warding off dangers you don't even realize, freeing you from situations that could harm you. Often, you may not notice this protection immediately, but it is there. On the days when something seems to have gone wrong, but you've been spared something worse, it's my protection that's at work. In the moments when you feel an inexplicable urge to change direction, to make a different decision, know that it's me guiding you, keeping you away from something that wouldn't be good for you. My protection is constant, and even when things seem out of control, I'm in charge. There is nothing that escapes my sight, nothing that can touch you without my permission. And if I'm allowing you to go through certain challenges, it's because I know they will strengthen you, they will teach you something valuable, they will prepare you for the great things I have for your life. I know that sometimes it's hard to trust in my protection when what you see around you are problems and difficulties. But I'm here to remind you that even in those moments, I'm working on your behalf. My hand is on you, guiding every step, protecting every path you take. And no matter how difficult things may seem, nothing can take you away from the protection I have over you. I want you to always remember this: no matter how big the challenge you're facing, no matter how difficult things may seem, I am with you. And my protection never fails. In the most critical moments, when you feel like there's no way out, when everything seems to be falling apart, it's exactly in those moments that I'm closest to you. Keep praying. Keep being grateful, even when it's hard. These are the pillars that sustain you on difficult days. Prayer connects you with me, gives you strength and peace, and gratitude opens your eyes to see how much has already been done for you. And in every moment, in every situation, my protection is with you, guiding your steps, delivering you from danger, and preparing you for the future I have for you. I know there are days when it seems hard to believe this, when everything around you seems to be in chaos, but it's on these days that your faith needs to be strongest. Don't let fear, doubt, or sadness keep you away from me. Use these moments to draw closer, to connect even more through prayer, and to recognize, with gratitude, what is being done for you, even when it is not visible to your eyes. Prayer and gratitude strengthen you. They give you the balance you need to keep going, to face any challenge that may arise. And I am with you, always, in every step you take, in every decision you make, protecting and guiding your path, even in the moments when you don't realize it. You know that life brings challenges, but it also brings opportunities. Some of them may not be easy to recognize at the moment, especially when chaos seems greater than tranquility. But I'm telling you, son, that every experience, whether good or bad, is contributing to something greater. Even what seems like a mistake, a failure, or endless pain, is working for your good, for the growth of your spirit and for the strengthening of the purpose I have for you. Nothing is wasted. Have you ever stopped to think about how gratitude practices can change your life? When you open yourself up to gratitude, even for the smallest moments, you are creating a space within yourself for me to pour out even more blessings on you. Gratitude not only transforms your heart, it also creates an environment conducive to miracles. Yes, miracles. Gratitude opens doors you never knew existed. It attracts blessings in ways that you may not understand now, but you will see in time. Often, the miracles you've been waiting for are right in front of you, but your vision may be clouded by worries, the hustle and bustle of life, or the sorrows you carry. But if you start to be grateful, you'll see that things that seemed far away start to come closer. What once seemed impossible now begins to take shape. That's not an empty promise, son. This is the reality that manifests itself when you allow yourself to live with a heart full of gratitude. Now, more than ever, it's important to be open to the new opportunities that are coming your way. I have great things in store for you, and these opportunities often come unexpectedly, at times you might not have imagined. Don't be afraid of the changes to come. I know that the unknown can generate apprehension, but remember that I am in control. Every change I allow into your life has a greater purpose. Trust in the process, trust in me. Faith is your greatest ally on this path. Faith sustains you when everything seems to be falling apart. It makes you see beyond the difficulties and believe that something better is coming. And, son, something better is on the way. I see how much you have fought and resisted. I know there are days when strength seems to be lacking, but it's on those days that faith makes the difference. Faith gives you the courage to carry on, even when the path seems dark. You've been through a lot, and each of them has played a role in strengthening your spirit. What you have faced in the past, and what you still face today, is shaping you to be stronger, wiser, more confident in the purpose I have for your life. Nothing happens by chance. Every difficult situation you've overcome has prepared you for the challenges ahead. And even in the moments when you felt you were alone, I was there, holding you up and guiding you. Son, I want to invite you to stop for a moment and reflect on all of this. Think about the things that have brought you this far. Even those that seem unfair or painful have played an important role in your journey of growth. You may not see all the details now, but one day, you'll look back and understand how everything was connected. Every experience, every person who crossed your path, every decision you made, is leading you to something greater. My plan for you is constantly in motion. I want to encourage you to comment below on a word that has a lot of power: trust. By writing this word, you are affirming your faith in me, your trust that I am guiding you, even when the paths seem confusing. Write down trust and allow this word to start acting in your life, attracting peace, clarity, and strength to face whatever obstacles lie ahead. And before you continue, make sure you're already subscribed here. This is important so that you continue to receive my messages and so that we can continue on this journey of faith and growth together. If you haven't subscribed yet, do so now. Also, if this message has touched your heart, share it with someone who also needs to hear these words. This simple act of sharing can make a huge difference in someone else's life. And don't forget to leave your like, as this helps this message reach more people who need this direction. Now, son, I want to say a prayer for you, so that you can feel my presence closer to you. Lord, I ask you to deeply bless this son who is reading these words now. May he feel your presence at every moment of his life, on good days and on difficult days. May his faith be strengthened with every prayer, with every act of gratitude, and may he have the clarity to see the opportunities that are being placed in front of him. Lord, give him the courage to face the changes with confidence, knowing that everything is in your hands. Protect him from every negative influence and guide each of his steps with your love and wisdom. Amen. Son, always remember, I am here. Even when you don't feel me, even when things don't go as expected, I'm still with you. Go forward with confidence, faith, and gratitude. Great things are to come, and your spirit is being prepared for them.